my wife came to this show with me, and so the venue's 2 years old. It's normally like, so that's like an outdoor park you can go to, so you can take your daughter and come back, and they just revitalized that whole area to be a park during the day, and then they're doing, I don't know, maybe 50 to 60 shows a year right now, events. But it's like public park right now, which is super cool. And then, yeah, so I came to this show. I was pretty excited. So my wife graduated law school, and graduation was on Saturday. And my in-laws, so both her parents were in town. So last time her dad was in town, I took him to see some blues music, and he loved it. So I was like, all right, I think he's gonna dig Tedeschi Trucks Band. He likes Allman Brothers. So I was pretty sure about that. I wasn't sure about her mom, my mother-in-law, but I figured she'd like it. And then my wife saw Tedeschi Trucks Band once, and it was Wheels of Soul in like 2014 or no, it must have been 2015 or 16, right around there. It was like when we were first dating, and she loved Sharon Jones opened, and she raved about Sharon Jones, but Tedeschi Trucks, she was just like, yeah, they were all right. So I wasn't too sure, but she was excited to like check it out again. It's been a while, and she's been hearing me listen to some of the new stuff, and she's been digging it. So I was pretty excited about this, and like hometown Austin, I was like proud Austin, been here for like 20 years now. So I was, that's a little backdrop of my story coming into it.
Nice. That's awesome, man. And congrats to your wife.
Yeah, that's a great accomplishment.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, thank you. I agree.
Did everybody, who all went out? Both in-laws and your wife?
Yeah, all four of us went out. Everyone loved it. I'll tell y'all, but I like nerd out and try and write down every song when I hear it, and like in my notes app on my phone. And my wife went back through it and put an asterisk by all the ones she liked and wanted to remember. So she's definitely a fan now. And my father-in-law loved the show. My mother-in-law, on the ride back, y'all reminded me of something she said, which was on the ride back home afterwards. She said she talked about how they all got showcased, and she felt like every single one of them could have their own band because they were so incredible.
Yeah.
So I think we've got 3 new fans. So this was the victory, no matter what happened on the set list.
Yeah.
Just to spin off what you said, his mom made a funny comment. Not funny, but she was talking to my mom during the show in Dallas, and she was like, wow, like she saw the backup singers, with the tambourines. Tambourines. She goes, oh, I would love that job. Just stand there with the tambourines. And then Alicia started singing. She's like, oh, that's why I can't do that. But you have to have a voice like that to be up there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Alicia was initially brought in as a tambourine player, then they found out, they're like, oh, you can sing too? Not exactly. Yeah, we can get more into the music.
Yeah, man, it was well, to be honest, Jeff, I mean, I'll let you kind of take over set one. We were trying to find our spot, man. Like
I was happy they played Bell Bottom Blues, though. I love that.
Yeah, that's a great one. Okay, so I'll start with set one. So we got in early. We got there, I think doors were at 6. Show started at like 7. It said 7, but it ended up at 7:15. We were at our seats by 6:30, and we had already gone through the merch line. Got a bunch of shirts, got the poster. Yeah, playing with my emotions. Ain't that something? That was great. And then, my mother-in-law turned to me and she's like, I know that she's like, at Bell Bottom Blues. She goes, I know that. I've heard that song before. That's a cover. So that was super fun. I won't get into the stand sit situation, but Let Me Get By definitely got me up and moving. It's been a weird vibe in Texas. I love it here. I grew up here in Houston, and I'm definitely biased to Texas. And y'all talked about Ryman, and it's just a different scene going on here. Everybody's got to move sometime, or everybody's got to change sometime. You can tell what I'm thinking about. Yes, we will. One.
I love it.
This was great. Everyone around me. I mean, the drums in Passaquan. I'm loving what they're. So this was great because the sun was out still. It was outdoor. I haven't seen them outdoor in a long time. I'm just thinking about that now. I went to Ryman. I was in Chicago. I was at Warner. I was at Beacon. I guess Red Rocks, like right after the pandemic, was probably the last on the tour they were doing before, when it was just the smaller band. So I hadn't seen them outside in a long time. So it was great. It was still light out. The sun hadn't gone down towards the end of the first set. I think y'all had mentioned it, like Passaquan, you couldn't see all the lights yet. And I just love what they're doing with the drums, and they seem to be having fun and playing off of each other, Falcon and Isaac, so well, and taking these, like when they stop and then take a pause and then jump right back in, and just with their timing, it seems like they're kind of like watching each other, some kind of like improv probably thing where you're like trying to say the same thing at the same time, but don't know what the other person's going to say. It seems like they're just locked in with it, and having fun with it. And then ending the set with "I Can't Make You Love Me" was just classic Susan song.
Yeah, Passaquan. So we went up to the rooftop for the end of Passaquan. Like I said, we're trying to figure out where the hell are we gonna sit, dude? How are we gonna get a good view of this? And so we made our way up to the rooftop for the end of Passaquan, like the last half of it. And dude, they were going off. And for a moment, both drummers look at each other and they're going all in. And Derek's they're smiling and laughing the whole time. And Derek, because we're on the rooftop, we can see them.
See like down.
We're down on
Yeah.
We can see and hear them. They're yelling at each other. And at one moment, Derek's not playing, and then somebody yells, "Go!" And then that's when Derek went back into it, and they closed out Passaquan. So you could hear him scream it. I don't know if you guys could hear it in the crowd, but we could hear it because we're on top of them, and we're behind the speakers. So it was cool, man. Super, super cool. And Derek started laughing because he was screaming it. So Derek started laughing, and then he closed out Passaquan. It was awesome.
And
that's amazing.
Yeah.
One thing I liked about one little like note I made about "Yes We Will" was before she played it, she started talking about how she wrote some of the inspiration of why she wrote it was because of how the world is now, and a little bit of a tribute to B.B. King for her love of blues. But it was cool to be like, okay, wow. So the way I see that song and resonate with that song is also how she sees and why she wrote it. So that was cool, because I know sometimes you can think like a song means one thing to you, but you don't really know what their inspiration for writing that was, or you're not in their head. But her saying that kind of was like a yes.